10 things about rhinoceros. 1. Rhinoceroses are among the largest land mammals. 2. They have poor eyesight but excellent hearing and smell. 3. There are 5 species of rhinos. 4. Rhinos are solitary but not antisocial. 5. The rhino's horn is made of keratin. 6. They play a vital role in their ecosystems. 7. Poaching and habitat loss are major threats. 8. Calves stay with their mothers for years. 9. Rhinos have ancient lineage dating back millions of years. 10. Global conservation efforts are ongoing and complex. 1. Rhinoceroses are among the largest land mammals. Rhinoceroses are massive creatures, with adult males of certain species weighing up to 3,500 kilograms, 7,700 pounds. The white rhino is the largest species, followed by the Indian rhino. Despite their bulk, rhinos are surprisingly agile and can run up to 35 miles per hour. Their thick skin, which can be over 1.5 inches thick, provides significant protection against predators and environmental elements. This skin isn't just armor, it's living tissue that requires care. Rhinos often wallow in mud to cool off and protect themselves from sunburn and parasites. Their size plays a crucial role in their ecosystems. For example, they help shape African and Asian landscapes by trampling vegetation and creating paths that other animals follow. Their massive dung piles are also ecological hotspots, providing nutrients to the soil and serving as communication hubs, as rhinos often investigate each other's feces to determine territory and mating status. 2. They have poor eyesight but excellent hearing and smell. Rhinoceroses are nearly blind and can only see objects clearly that are up to 30 feet away. However, they compensate with an incredible sense of smell and acute hearing. Their large, rotating ears can pick up sounds from multiple directions, helping them detect approaching predators or other rhinos. Their sense of smell is used not just for detection but for communication. Rhinos can recognize each other and determine reproductive status through scent markers left in urine and dung. This olfactory skill is crucial in the wild, where visibility can be limited by dense vegetation. Smell also plays a role in finding food and water. In areas with heavy human activity, rhinos' keen senses often alert them to danger long before it arrives. This heightened sensory perception reflects an evolutionary adaptation that has helped these animals survive in varied environments, from African savannas to dense Indian jungles. 3. There are 5 species of rhinos. The world is home to 5 distinct species of rhinoceros: the white rhino and black rhino of Africa, and the Indian, Javan, and Sumatran rhinos in Asia. Each species has unique characteristics and habitats. The white rhino is the most numerous, especially in protected areas of South Africa. It has a broad, flat mouth adapted for grazing. The black rhino, which is smaller and more aggressive, has a hooked lip for browsing shrubs. In Asia, the Indian rhino is known for its single horn and armor-like skin. It prefers grasslands and riverine forests. The Javan rhino is critically endangered, with fewer than 80 individuals left in Indonesia. It is shy, elusive, and prefers dense lowland rainforest. The Sumatran rhino, the smallest and hairiest, lives in mountain forests and is also critically endangered, with fewer than 50 individuals in the wild. These species represent ancient lineages, some of which date back millions of years. 4. Rhinos are solitary but not antisocial. Rhinos are typically solitary animals, especially males, who often guard large territories. However, this doesn't mean they're antisocial. Females and their calves form close bonds, and it's not uncommon to see young males together in small bachelor groups. White rhinos, in particular, are more social than other species and may form groups called crashes. Rhinos communicate with grunts, growls, snorts, and trumpet-like calls. These sounds can indicate aggression, distress, or mating interest. Rhinos also use their horns and body posture to express dominance or submission. During mating season, interactions can become more frequent and intense, with males following females for days and fending off rivals. Even though solitary, rhinos often tolerate neighbors within overlapping ranges as long as food and water are plentiful. In human care, rhinos can be trained to coexist more peacefully, especially when raised together from a young age. Understanding their social dynamics is crucial for conservationists managing breeding and relocation programs. 5. The rhino's horn is made of keratin. A rhino's horn is not bone. It's made of keratin, the same protein found in human hair and nails. Despite myths about medicinal properties, rhino horn has no proven health benefits. Unfortunately, this belief, especially in parts of Asia, drives poaching. Some cultures also see the horn as a status symbol. Rhino horns can grow back if removed properly, though poachers rarely care for humane methods. Conservation groups have tried dehorning rhinos to deter poaching, but the horns grow back over time. Unlike deer antlers, rhino horns are not attached to the skull. They are solid keratin that grows continuously. The size and shape vary by species and age. Rhinos use their horns for digging, lifting objects, defending themselves, and even guiding their young. In social interactions, horns are used in displays of dominance or during fights between males. Preserving rhinos requires addressing demand for the horn through education, enforcement, and international cooperation. 6. They play a vital role in their ecosystems. Rhinos are keystone species, meaning they have a disproportionate effect on their environment. Their grazing habits maintain grassland ecosystems, preventing bush encroachment and promoting biodiversity. By trampling paths through thick brush, rhinos create routes for smaller animals and shape the vegetation structure. Their dung is another ecological gift. It supports insects, disperses seeds, and enriches the soil. In turn, these processes support plant growth, benefiting other herbivores and the entire food web. When rhino populations decline, entire habitats can degrade. For example, studies show that areas once home to rhinos may become overgrown and less diverse in plant and animal species. Additionally, rhinos indirectly benefit tourism, which funds conservation for a broader range of wildlife. By protecting rhinos, conservationists often preserve large tracts of land, benefiting elephants, big cats, and countless other species. The ecological ripple effects of rhinos underscore the importance of protecting them not just for their sake, but for the health of entire ecosystems. 7. Poaching and habitat loss are major threats. Poaching remains the leading threat to rhinos, driven by black market demand for their horns. Even with international bans and strict penalties, illegal trafficking continues, often fueled by organized crime. Countries like South Africa have deployed high-tech tools, drones, surveillance, and tracking devices to combat poaching, but the problem persists. Habitat loss also poses a serious risk. Expanding agriculture, logging, and infrastructure projects shrink the natural range of rhinos, especially in Asia. Human-rhino conflict increases as people settle near protected areas. In India, for instance, rhinos often wander into villages, leading to clashes. Climate change adds another layer, altering vegetation patterns and water availability. Conservationists must work across borders to create corridors and safe zones for rhinos. Programs like translocation, moving rhinos to safer habitats, and captive breeding are part of a global effort to ensure their survival. The fight to save rhinos is a race against time and requires global cooperation and sustainable development strategies. 8. Calves stay with their mothers for years. Rhinoceros calves are deeply dependent on their mothers for the first few years of life. After a gestation period of around 15 to 16 months, a single calf is born. The mother is extremely protective and may aggressively defend her young against threats. Calves nurse for up to 18 months but may stay with their mothers for 2 to 3 years until she prepares for the next birth. During this time, calves learn essential survival skills: where to find food, how to respond to predators, and how to interact with other rhinos. Male calves typically leave earlier and become solitary, while females may linger longer or establish territories near their mothers. The bond is strong, and separation can be traumatic, especially in captivity or during forced relocation. This long parental investment limits how frequently a female rhino can reproduce, contributing to slow population growth. Protecting mother-calf pairs is vital, as losing one affects the next generation's success and overall species survival. 9. Rhinos have ancient lineage dating back millions of years. Rhinoceroses are one of the most ancient mammal groups alive today. Their ancestors date back over 50 million years, making them survivors of several mass extinctions. Fossils reveal that early rhinos once roamed Europe, North America, and Asia, including species that were even larger than today's. One prehistoric species, Paraceratherium, was the largest land mammal ever known, standing over 16 feet tall and weighing 20 tons. Modern rhinos emerged around 15 million years ago and adapted to a variety of habitats from grasslands to tropical forests. Despite this long evolutionary success, rhinos are now among the most endangered large animals. Their decline has been rapid due to human interference. Conservation of rhinos isn't just about preserving a species, it's about protecting a living connection to Earth's prehistoric past. Their survival reminds us of the fragile balance between ancient nature and modern development, and the responsibility we hold to safeguard biodiversity. 10. Global conservation efforts are ongoing and complex. Saving rhinos requires a multifaceted approach. Conservation strategies include anti-poaching patrols, legal reforms, community involvement, and habitat restoration. Governments, NGOs, and international bodies coordinate efforts to fund protected areas, train rangers, and prosecute traffickers. In Africa, programs like Rhino Guardians train former poachers as conservation advocates. In Asia, camera traps and DNA analysis help monitor the tiny populations of Javan and Sumatran rhinos. Captive breeding is essential for species like the northern white rhino, which now survives only in laboratories and sanctuaries. Translocation helps spread out vulnerable populations to reduce risk. Demand reduction campaigns in countries like Vietnam and China aim to shift public perception of rhino horn. Some groups use education and ecotourism to show local communities that rhinos are worth more alive than dead. Though challenging, these efforts have yielded successes, for example, the rebound of Indian rhino populations in Nepal and Assam. Global awareness, funding, and collaboration remain critical to the long-term survival of rhinos.